Hello, it is Beth. And you know this moment when you're like, I don't know, I'm probably 5 or so minutes in, and you look and you're like, I'm not recording. Yay. So, take two. So, where was I? Or more like, let's just start at the beginning again. A lot has went on in the week before this new moon in solar eclipse, and we're in Mercury retrograde proper at this point. And it really feels like, at least in the US, we're digging up some old cultural BS that needs to be dealt with. The ickies, I just kind of start calling it the ick. The ick is coming up, and we can't shove the ick down. We can't ignore the ick. You know, racism is here. It does exist. Racism, sexism, misogyny, homophobia, yeah, the isms and obias of the world are rearing their ugly heads. And, you know, we can't shove it back under the rug. It's got to come out. It's got to be aired. It needs to come out so we can start healing. Yeah, and I'm always checking in. What is my bias? What is my bias? And where does that bias lurk? Because we all have it. It We're human. It's part of cultures, and racism is taught. Bias is taught. Sometimes it is learned too. But we need to explore within ourselves and within our culture, where is, why is it here? Why is it here? And why are we still holding on to it? Why do we have white males that are afraid that they're being replaced? What makes them so fearful of others taking over their life? I don't understand that part. I do know bias is part of us as a culture worldwide. Everyone has it. And the more you understand your own bias and potential racism or misogyny or homophobia or whatever, the better person you're going to be, and the better you're going to understand your bias and how it manifests and shows up in your life. And it's an important conversation to have within yourself, and also to ask yourself, how are you supporting those institutions? You know, I mean, I live in Montana. We have in our state capital in Helena a fountain that is now turned off and is in the process of being removed, that was put there in 1916 by the Daughters of the Confederacy. We weren't even part of this. I think we might have been in territory. I'm not sure. Montana history was a long time ago. Like fifth grade. Fifth grade was like a long time ago. But, 1916. It was put in 1916, that fountain. That was long after the Civil War, and it's not particularly something we had a role in. More, just why is it even there? This monument to, these a organization that supported the KKK back in 1916. I'm not sure. Are they still around? I have no idea. I don't live in the South. Confederacy, for the most part, is not a hugely talked about thing here. Indian Wars, yes. Confederacy, not so much. But explore that. Explore that within yourself. Explore it within your culture, your country. How does it show up? And what can you do to shine your light on it and heal it? How can you bring in the love of healing? And when I'm saying love, I'm not talking about the we will just be happy and fluffy bunny love. I'm talking about the love that challenges you, that makes you grow, that makes you question, that makes you stand up for someone when you need to do the right thing. Okay, enough soapbox. Let's get into some energy clearing and pull some cards. This has become my number one tool for clearing my energy and grounding too. I just love this thing. Okay. Since this is take number 2, we are working with Frad's Fairy Oracle and the Good Tarot. I've already pulled the Frad's Fairy Oracle cards. That's when I realized I was not recording. And we have 2 kind of came out, so I decided we needed both of them. And we have the first card is Fairy Guide. And this is about working with your guides, your fairy allies, your ancestral allies, guides, guardians, angels, whomever you're working with. Use them, utilize them, let them support you and bring in the reception more than you probably normally would. Trust your intuition right now. Trust that gut. Don't get caught up in the you know how that moment you feel really strongly about something and you're like, yes, and then 2 hours later, 2 days later, a week later, you have torn it apart with doubt. These guys are saying you need to trust yourself. You need to trust us. You need to trust what's coming to you. And mind you, anyone that's worth working with, there's fairy allies, that kind of stuff, is not going to give you, it's not going to denigrate you or tear you down. If you have something trying to call itself a guide or whatever that's talking meanness to you, get rid of it. You don't need it. That's not someone you want in your life as an energetic entity. You go for the people who love you the most. And the ones, and they're going to show up. They're going to be the ones like, yeah, they got your highest good in mind. And the second card is the Oakmen. These guys are just really wonderful, wonderful. And I feel like they're showing, because we need some deep healing. We need to be able to look at these guys. I really like the Oakmen. And the thing I also like about this card is now it's upside down, but you still have a face. See? So it's kind of also a card of topsy-turvy. Is up, down, is down, up. How, excuse me, we are extremely smoky here in Montana right now. While the fire is burning in the area, and it starts to do a doozy on your nasal passages and your throat after a while, because we have like smog out there. It's just disgusting. And so everything's just dry and acrid. I'm sorry about the coughing. But the Oakmen, kind of, once again, we get this challenge of perspective going on, and we need to bring in our intuition with this when we're working. I feel like these two are working hand in hand in challenging our perceptions of what we think is and what we want things to be. How can we really bring ourselves to the table? How can we trust our intuition in what we're doing? How can we work to make things better within ourselves and within our greater cultures right now? Because there's a lot of shit going on. And it feels like it's just not letting up, especially the U.S. Lord Almighty. But there's so much going on. It's just like there's never time to get caught up. There is never time to fully recover at this point in time from the last incident. And for people who are empaths and highly sensitive, it gets draining. And you really need to, understand yourself and how you can protect but not like shield. I find shielding extremely draining to put up these huge, now someone must be thinking about me, huge protective shields that you have to feed all the time. And so I switched over to, I started working on my solar plexus and my auric field a lot. And now I just let those filter for me. And it's a much easier process than like trying to not let anything in. It's like, as it gets closer to me, it just filters it. So auric field, solar plexus, really, really important to keep good and strong right now. Your solar plexus is your sense of will, your sense of self in many ways, and how you present to the world. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, 10 of air. King of earth. Okay. So, we've got Ten of Air as our first card. So what do we need to keep up? What do we need to keep in the air? How can we do this effortlessly? I mean, she's just blowing. She's keeping all those feathers up with her breath. How can we find this effortless within our lives? How can we bring this ease of being into us and what we're doing? Especially when it's not fun. How can you bring ease into the unfunness of stuff we're dealing with? Where can you find this? I mean, definitely, it's a hard struggle. Where can you find the ease in what's going on? What's going to let you do this effortlessness of life? Ten of Air. Interesting message. This is a newer deck for me, so I'm still exploring it. And it's the first time I've kind of think I've used it for something. It's kind of been hanging out, absorbing energy. King of Earth. So we have the concept of effortless, and we also have the concepts of trusting ourselves and being able to see different perspectives. That's right, Wilhelmina. You know, is up, or is this up? Which is up? How are our perspectives and our intuition working in our lives, and how can we bring in effortlessness? And it feels like it's very connected. At least three, very connected. How can you make this effortless? So you're just like, got my intuition. I act on it. I can do it. I keep my feathers in the air just like it's that easy. Eventually. That's what you're practicing. How to find that ease. Find ease in it all. And make it simple. And we got the King of Earth here. He feels like a connection, very visceral connection to the earth, and finding ways to work with Gaia and the earth and heal. How can we heal the earth to heal ourselves, and how can we heal ourselves to heal the earth? And how can we bring in the masculine that is positive, that is holy, that is sacred, that is strong yet yielding, that's strong and knows that emotion is good, that affection is not weakness? How can we facilitate this within all the cultures of the earth? How can we heal ourselves to heal Gaia? How can we heal ourselves and Gaia to heal the masculine right now? A lot of healing going on here. And what's going to bring that healing in are these three cards: trusting intuition, getting that perspectives in, bringing in effortless and ease to see the paths that we need to bring in. Because there's no one path to this. There is no one path to this healing. There are many. There are myriads. There's many paths as there are people who want to walk those paths. So how can we heal the masculine at the moment? How can we remind it that it's okay to be vulnerable? It's okay not to be an asshole. Being an asshole is not masculine. It's just being an asshole. How can we heal that within our culture? Whoa, I didn't know that was going to go that way. Sometimes you're just like, I don't know which way it's going to happen, and it just does. Okay. Let's bring in a little light transmission before we go. I'm going to use the Crystal Pyramid today. Ilaka sugadan kenene sakadeta non sakaditi tojikma. Hene kana sakadipta hanagoske kito tipitambi. Somis kamis dishambujaka. Hiosi moniki son kimpita tukanika got chincha bakadisa katanikalonto. Pieha nohe kihin nasikandamani nini. Oh, hishkchi mo. Pe tolingine sose kla hiach rum Jenika hunima sis hahiro Hairo Maikidebosi, Homingimasi, Nenekama, He Kope, He Sakatichika, Hokipitishkosita, Sinika, Himiko, Tiko Piko Nokapita, Shikini, Ho, Heneka, Somakananisi, Sinikanusi, Honakanyan, Jemika, Mose, Bota de Dijoka, Yukata, Homba, Hegada Sikichika Panchu, Ikaposho Vizikatorika Pahi, Nikaskatotika Patatika Dolanko, Ha, here, ho, Hepicadina, no, se to, he, Somike, Dalake, Tome, Sonne, Kosse, Hikpadeka, Sinim, Chene, Kore, Holebikaditakan, sure. Hisi, wo gabidamini. Mene hiti, hore, kya, po, stene, hoki, hien, and hien. Jena, kapa, yela, o, ken, chame. Okay. That was a little bit lower in my voice than I usually am. I tend to work on my higher side usually. Interesting. But, oh, my pain. Everyone who's watching, so much love to you, so much healing. Just remember, you are the change in the world. You are the love in the world. Love is the force we need to move from. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you want to give in to hate, and just because you're using love doesn't mean you're condoning. It's much like forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about saying, it's okay you were a jerk. It's okay you did crappy things to me. Forgiveness is about letting go of energetic ties that you don't want to feed anymore. And love's kind of the same thing. Love helps you move in different manners. It helps you have a response as opposed to a reaction. It helps you look at your own crap. It shines a bright light on all those dark corners so you can examine your soul and yourself and what's there. And it's time to do that. Really do that and use love. Use the hard part of love that says, I will expand, I will grow, I will learn from myself, and I will learn from others. Love is not blind to what's going on in the world. It does not sit home and just wish things away. Love calls for action, and action can be hard. Action is sometimes scary. Much love, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I will be back at the full moon. Bye-bye.